you ever felt lonely in a room full of people who you know your whole life, this video is for you. I know there's nothing wrong with you. There's actually a very specific psychological reason this happens. I want to start with something that took me a long time to say out loud. I have been feeling lonely. Not the kind of lonely where you have no one around, but the kind where you're surrounded by people who know you and you still feel completely unseen. And for the longest time, I thought something was wrong with me. Why couldn't I just be happy with what I had? Why did everything feel so small? Then I started studying psychology behind it. And what I found changed how I understood not just my loneliness, but my ambition entirely. Well, have you ever heard about social identity theory? Yeah. In 1979, psychologists Henry Teichfeld and Henry Turner developed a social identity theory. The core idea is we define ourselves by the group we belong to. Our identity is built on who we are surrounded by. When your goal values and visions for your life starts to shift, your identity shifts with them. And when that happens, the groups you used to belong to no longer matches who you're becoming. This isn't rejection, it's evolution. But it feels like rejection, and that's why it's so painful. Have you heard about the Wi Fi frequency analogy? Okay, think your personal growth like upgrading your Wi Fi to a new frequency. Now you run on 5G, but your old device, your old relationship, your old social groups, they're still on 3G. They are not broken, they are not bad, they just can't connect where you are right now. And no amount of trying to force the connection is going to work until either you go back to 3G, which means shrinking yourself, or you find people who are already running on your frequency. The loneliness you feel, that's the gap between you have upgraded and to the one people are around you still on. The loneliness nobody wants you about. Every conversation about growth talks about the destination, the new job, the new body, the new life. Nobody tells you about the weird in between phase where you're not who you were, but you arrived at who you're becoming. And in that phase, you can feel completely alone, even in a room full of people who loves you. But they know the old you, and you're trying to introduce yourself to the new you. That's a specific kind of isolation. It has a name. Psychologists call it identity limbo. And why does ambition specifically creates this feeling? Ambition requires you to want something different from what you have. And wanting something different means you're mentally already somewhere where your current environment isn't. Research by Dr. David McCland on the need for achievement found that high achieving individuals constantly report feeling misunderstood by the peers who aren't similarly driven. It's not arrogance, it's a literal difference of mental preoccupation. When you're thinking about building something, living somewhere, becoming someone, the people around you are thinking about completely different things. And the conversation gap becomes a chasing. What to do about it? First, stop thinking that you're lonely. It's not a problem to fix, it's a signal. It's telling you that you have grown past a certain level and it's time to find a new frequency. Second, start finding your people intentionally. They won't come to you by accident. Online communities, creators in your space, people with the same goals, they exist. And third, and the most one, don't go back. Don't shrink yourself to feel connected. A connection that requires your smallness isn't connection, it's contentment. And I want to leave you with a question. Are you lonely because something is wrong with you or because something is finally right? Because loneliness is a context of growth, isn't emptiness, it's space. Space that used to be filled with connections that kept you small. And that space, it's about to be filled with people who actually matches who you're becoming. Don't close the space early by going backward. Stay in it. The right frequency always finds the right signal. And if this resonates, save it, share it with someone who's been feeling this and doesn't know why. Because the loneliest thing isn't growing, it's not knowing why you feel alone when you do.